The Los Alamos Volunteer Task Force has logged over 79,000 volunteer hours since May of 2000, according to the website. How did the task force get started?
Immediately following Cerro Grande, the folks who were putting together the restoration effort were sitting down regularly and coming up with ways to rehabilitate the burned area. And what they found was there was an overwhelming response or need for people in town to do some of the work themselves, to volunteer, get the woods back. So they evolved a separate group called the Multi-Agency Volunteer Task Force that coordinated all of that effort. And it was folks from the Forest Service, from California, Montana, all over the place, with locals, John Hogan being one of the mainstays from the community. And John really pushed for a lot of volunteer effort in the recovery because it was our town, our problem. Come September, most of the emergency stuff had been done, and there was still trail work and things to be done. John and I kept saying, "This is way too good to let it go. What can we do?" So we just kept it going with the name Multi-Agency Volunteer Task Force, and until we started applying for grants and finding out that, well, what we really needed to be was a nonprofit organization. So we struggled for a year probably to come up with a name other than the Volunteer Task Force. We said, that's how everybody knows us and what we do. So we just kept the name, started a nonprofit, and assembled some grant money. And we still do work around town as the Volunteer Task Force. Our hope for this year is to put together a kid program for teenagers who have the skills, who have gone through one or more of our programs, either through 6th and 8th grade students at the Los Alamos Public Schools, who go out with us at least once a year and do trail work or restoration work in the outdoors. And then there's a YMCA program that's run for 5 or 6 years now, the Yes Corps, and those kids come out 4 days a week all summer long and learn to be excellent trail builders. That's my trail crew right now, is those kids. And I've been promising them for years that, well, someday we'll get you paid to do this job, because they've been volunteering since 2000. So we're trying to assemble enough funds to actually put that program together, run by the Volunteer Task Force, and see if we can actually pay a crew of 8 kids this summer to work 4 days a week. We're probably halfway to our fundraising goal of $18,000. So we got a ways to go, and if it doesn't happen this year, it'll certainly happen next year.
And if people are interested in donating, how would they go about doing that?
Best thing to do is just check into the task force website, and that's where the contact information is. Just send a donation to the address that's there on the website, and we'll put it to good use, because these kids are a great trail crew, and they know what they're doing.
If they could get paid, that'd be great. Another group that you coordinate is the Trail and Pathways Advisory Subcommittee, or TAPS. What does TAPS do?
TAPS was formed in the mid-90s by Janie O'Rourke and a bunch of trail folks in town to try to coordinate maintenance and improvement of the trail network in Los Alamos. And one of the results of that was the open space specialist job eventually, 10 years later after they started. So now we have somebody in town whose responsibility is to take care of the trails, but I don't want to make the decisions myself, so we have an advisory committee that says, well, here's what the community thinks is really important. And their support is invaluable at this point. They're the ones that are coming up with the ideas and making suggestions on where there's problems in town and where we should focus our efforts here in the coming summer.
The downtown plan includes the Los Alamos Canyon Rim Trail. What will it take to make that trail a reality?
Probably somebody other than myself sitting in that job, because that's not where my skills lie. What we're trying to do is connect the downtown area with a trail that runs out to the guard tower at the east boundary of the county. And much of that is county land. And it's reasonably easy to build a trail. It's flat, it's a mesa top, and what it does is it in my mind, it provides a focus to the community. If you live in Cannon Beach, Oregon, your focus is the beach. If you live in Los Alamos, it's a rim of a canyon.
Right.
And to be able to take the downtown area and give its focus in the opposite direction, we always say it's not very attractive downtown. Well, it's an old government town, but we do have the ability to turn the downtown area around, have it face the canyon, and have a beautiful setting to attract businesses along the canyon edge, and to provide a link between businesses that's pedestrian friendly, bicycle friendly, bring people along that canyon edge, and use that as the focus for economic development. To make it happen, it's certainly not a 2-year project. It's a long-range goal that I think the council is very supportive of right now, and doing what I can to make it a reality. We're hoping to start the segment between the East Gate and at least DP Road sometime this summer.
Great.
It depends on this next budget cycle. There is money in the budget right now to get that started, and if it stays there, then we will have some sort of trail there by fall.
Wonderful. What are your goals for your area of Parks and Rec?
Well, it's all this planning thing that it's hard for me to do. I'm an action-oriented person. That's why I'm out there every time there's a burn day.
Yeah.
But it's not only burning, it's coming up with a long-term plan, a community wildfire protection plan, which is drafted and has gone through its first round of public review with a kind of a small select group of folks that I know would tell me if I'm doing the wrong thing. So now it's probably in late April, we'll take it to a larger public meeting with the interagency wildfire management team, and hopefully get that nailed down and some signatures on it by June or July. So that's goal number 1. Number 2 is we need to revise the trail management plan and bring it up to date. I drafted that when I first arrived in 2003, and TAPS is helping me update that plan and actually get a policy plan to the county council so that they can adopt that too. They just adopted the Parks Master Plan, so there's some hope that kind of thing will pan out pretty quick. So those 2 are my main goals for the next 6 months on the job.
Great. Well, we are out of time, but Craig, thank you very much for joining us today.